Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Unity of Command Blackchan cast with me, host Imperial Dane. We'll be having a slightly larger fight here. As you can note, the battleground is much larger. The challenges are any different. I'm got a ton of panzer divisions this time around. On the other hand, I've got a little less infantry to actually sort of mop things up with, which is a bit of a problem here, starting up several units behind my lines. It of course also means I basically have to do all the fighting initially with my tanks, which of course results in me not really getting to utilise the speed element, basically have to use some sort of more of a bludgeoning element, which is a bit unfortunate. But that is how such things start with. I also got some cavalry. Wahoo, right away there. Also a fun fact about German cavalry, they were more, while technically on horses, they were more organised along the lines of, say, you know, a motorised infantry division, except again, they were all on horses instead of trucks and cars. So a fun fact there. I will have to initially deal with these. I'll be using motorised infantry for that, largely, and of course I'll be pushing up with my infantry up here, clearing out hopefully the tank. There we go with my pioneer supported units. Tank division there, crushed. That did not go well, by the way, at all. But need to secure Vitebsk quickly, and then I'll do Roslav, Yelnya, Smolensk, and Veliki Luki. Yeah, never mind. Pushing up here. Nicely suppressed. Got them cornered, though that's definitely not going to contain them right away. Going to move here and make the push here around the bridge to actually help the supplies. Otherwise, I mean, if I make the crossing down further south, it's not going to get so many supplies out there, which is rather what I'd avoid. Instead, if I go through here, I can help with the supplies. If I can break through here at Orsha, I can then have supplies also flow through there, which is considerably more to my advantage. So beginning with the NKVD unit right there. There we go. By the grace of Deutschland, they're gone. One unit up there. Going to utilise my Panzer Division for that. Push them up there immediately. Moving up here, going for that. Slightly higher chance of overrunning. Did not happen though. Though with this one, bloody hell. I rather had hope. Oh well. Air support in on these gentlemen. There we go. Overrun. Overrun. Made some progress there, though not quite as much as I initially hoped. And ooh, another attack right here against this NKVD unit. That makes things a lot easier. Going to quickly follow up here with the Panzers, with the Panzer 38Ts. Going after this one. I'm going to need this back because there's a bridge right here which is blown up, which essentially shows there's no supplies flowing towards here, which I'd rather like. That is a bit of a priority in that regard. So far, reasonably alright. Though the assault on Orsha and towards Smolensk has stalled a bit. But the danger with these kinds of things. So got this one reasonably standing. Crossing the bridge there to ensure I've got that side of things. And nothing else for me to really do here. 9. I could do some more with the infantry, but currently those Russian infantry just dug in, which means will be a much waste of good German troops. Rather wait for them to pull back, because a lot of them are already out of supply, which means they're likely going to be pulling back for where they're actually in supply. Russians building up defences there, pulling a lot of their tank division to try and hold up my advance towards Smolensk. Not a bad idea. Putting up lines there around Mogilev, and there we go, cutting off as many supply lines as possible. The devious bastards. But usually the AI generally sort of tries to pull up a defensive line around the sort of vital points, and otherwise, you know, if you can, also put up something in front of your front line. And of course, cut off as many supply lines as possible. Also, one little addition here is towed equipment. Really sort of gets simplified here. Basically, weapons that as soon as you move actually don't become usable. That means they're largely defensive and if offensive in nature, they can usually be attacked with, but it rather requires that you're actually within some proximity to your opponent. There we go, the two infantry divisions caused a lot of havoc because I was unable to clear them out right away. Definitely not good. A bit annoying, in fact. There we go, but I already know there, my Panzer division there can't really do much. Have to deal with a lot of these things. Got an infantry division here which can help a bit. Also one here. The lair unit right here pushing ahead as well. Can't do much with that. Can with that though. Need to make a decision around this. Go, and there we go. That should keep the supplies flowing next turn, which means I can get everything else otherwise moving, which is very much what I want. Damn it. No one's going to stop me. At least I hope they aren't. Going to have to keep pushing up here. Use the engineer panzers there to clear out. And follow up with a swift, brutal kick. Go as well. So again, if I make some moves up there, that should throw them a bit into a minor panic. Making slight progress, though I'm not quite there yet where the supplies are all cheerful. Means I have to pull back the Panzer division there to get that sorted out, no matter the bleeding cost. But there we go. Situation has been stabilized. And there we go. Now the supplies are flowing, which also means I can move through here. At least initially. Just need to ensure there's nothing that actually further cut things off there. I can not afford to leave that undefended right now. Much to my great sadness. Otherwise I'd send up the SS unit there to conduct a further assault towards here. By the way, with some Sturmgeschütz attached to them. Doing a bit more damage there, but overall not great success. Tips should have been falling now, but sadly I lacked the quite that to get there, unfortunately. And there you go, now that the Russian infantry divisions are on the move, they are all of a sudden considerably easier targets. Which definitely helps out a bit. And I will just make things a bit miserable for this unit, in case it decides to get a bit too clever for its own good. And that leaves me it. I hopefully should have no openings the Russians can exploit. Otherwise I am going to be a bit upset. Just a bit. Quickly shifting around there. I just lack the sufficient number of units to actually close the gap, and that's sort of the problem with these things. I mean, when you don't have infantry to sort of really do, you... Oh, Im Himmel! Although thankfully the railroads are sufficiently close enough to make up for that, but I'm still not entirely happy about that. Let us say that suffices enough. I'm just going to make a bit of an aggressive move with my tanks. I need to get a bit reckless. And quite frankly, I'm a bit pissed. So there we go, doing some larger degrees of harm now to the Russians, as should be. As very well should be. And Vitebsk is finally mine. Also allows me to move up there pretty quickly. Units being rushed towards here and there. Don't really think I need to divert another one instead of pushing in from north there as well. Shifting things around. Going to see if I can't outmaneuver him a bit. There we go as well. If I soften that one up, I might have a chance of overrunning it. Splendid. Why do they always have to get cornered? Why can't they just die? Don't you have any decency? I'm going to have to clear that, aren't I? I can't leave that, not unless I intend them to harass my supply lines. And now I have to make a direct push for Smolensk, but on the other hand I do have several prongs heading towards there. Which should make it a bit harder for the Russians to sort of lay up any reasonable defense. In particular with an added panzer division right there. Alles gut? Looks so. Just going to keep that covered as well. And then let us get ready for the next turn. There we go. T-26s supported by T-34s. A lot more Russian infantry divisions arriving. Lots more artillery. Group Kalinin, Group Komenko. Kachalov. And he's just doing his best to throw everything in front. And there it goes, surrounding one of my panzer divisions. But it shall avail him nothing. Nothing! I hope. First thing to do is there's not any opposition. I really hate that when you sort of think, oh right, I'm going to just have some fun here, and then no. Well, looks like I won't be taking... Oh, maybe I will? No. Chase. some progress being made. And that largely looks to be it for that unit. Another one destroyed. That should be reasonably well within my grasp. All pushing ahead here. Also Panzer divisions with Panzer Freeze Force on some 38Ts. Nothing else that can be done, yeah? Yeah. Oh, I forgot all about the 14th. Awkward. But let us end the turn. Wonder if there'll be any more reinforcements. Does not look like it. Looks like the Roslavel divisions are being pulled in to form a line around my Panzer divisions, having to sort of constrain any assaults. And there we go, he's trying to cut off. Initially that won't do much, as long as I can clear out all of these devils. This is definitely me being a bit cocky. Then again, considering the state of these units, hardly a problem. There we go. Breached, destroyed, crushed. And Yelnya has been secured as well. Progress all around. I just need to take Roslavel and that one up there. Successfully done. Still got something going on there. Though not an actual awful lot. Way! And a decisive victory for Germany. So there we go, another little less than brief battle than previously. Lots of armoured fighting. A few mistakes by me. Curses. And of course some German cavalry in action alongside some Sturmgeschütz. And a bit, untowed weapons. All the likes there. Hope you enjoyed this one. As always, again, feel free to comment, discuss amongst yourself what you thought about this. And of course, if you saw this and think, this actually looks like a pretty cool game, head over to unityofcommand.net or Steam and get the game there. Though, mind you, this is DLC, so you need to get the core game for it. But again, that's currently pretty cheap, and even then, it's not exactly a fortune. So, hope you enjoyed this. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.